He starts going into the body because he's not paying attention to him. He's paying attention to him. He's the one that's going to meet him at the basket. Why am I worried about him if I can blow by him? The All-Star game was a lot more competitive this year, and it wasn't just all highlight plays, which is great because they was just hooping. They were just playing basketball, which is all anybody ever asked them to do. Outside of the dunks and all the highlights that look nice, the IQ comes in right before those things happen. The IQ actually helps them get into those plays. And we're going to check out those plays today, watching some of the clips from the All-Star game. I'm Coach Joe. If you didn't already know, this is The Advantage. Let's get to it. So we're going to start with this play with Wemby getting to the other side of the backboard. Look at this. From here, look where he's at. He's at the elbow on the other side of the court. He turns around and takes a couple steps and gets to the other side of the rim. Y'all don't think that's crazy? That's not really IQ. That's hustle. I mean, just because he's tall doesn't mean that, man, we see tall players that don't even go from one side of the block to the other side of the block to get a block. Like, for real. That's just hustle. But off of this play, let's watch what happens. We got the block. Okay, and we got a bad pass. That right there is bad IQ. Wemby was so quick to get the ball out of his hands, and Jamal Murray really disappointed me in this All-Star game. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, he was very lackluster. He wasn't aware of really what was going on. It's like he doesn't hoop for a living. I don't know. I'm a hooper. Like, I like to hoop for real, for real. For real, for real. Right? So all we ever wanted to see these guys do is hoop like we see them do in the off season. Do the stuff that we see y'all doing on YouTube in the off season, right? So this video is not meant to be biased. I'm not trying to be biased with the world against the USA team, the younger versus the older. I don't really care that much. That's not what this video is for. We're just pointing out the IQ parts of the game. But anyway, this was a bad pass on a transition play. First of all, Jamal Murray is a point guard. Second of all, he's probably like, why are you passing it to me right here? There's two people right here. Okay, y'all tell me if this was a bad pass. Right? Before Jamal Murray even turned around, he got the ball. Okay? He turns around here. These two were standing right next to each other, but by the time he turned around, look where Norman Powell is. Look who's back here. There's no defense in the paint right now. Why did we pass the ball from here to the other side of the court? Like, I understand, but I don't feel like that was an efficient play. Like, yes, he was open, but basketball is about efficiency too. I don't care if you just hooping. Like, this basketball is about efficiency. Why wouldn't you pass it to Norman Powell right here? There's nobody over here. He can just go down here and go make a layup. Am I tripping or no? That's not the right read. Y'all, like, come on now. All right? Because then, too, who's going to pick up him is the question. If the ball goes there. Probably Devin Booker. Cool. You went out there. Now, he's going to have to drop down and guard Wemby cutting to the basket, which is already a mismatch. That's where I'm coming from. I just wanted to show that. Like, yeah, you got the layup, but, like, also, that whole play wasn't very good. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Defense and offense getting back to the other side of the court. We are in transition. Now, everybody didn't pick up a man. Right now, Cat is not guarding nobody. This is why I picked this play. I'm just pointing out bad IQ right now on the defensive end. I picked this play because majority of the time, even just in a pickup game, this guy right here will stand right here on the three-point line because this guy is not guarding him. You guys, if y'all don't play basketball and stop letting these threes kill y'all and just cut through the lane, please, please, please. Cut through that lane. All right, I get it. Everybody came done. I get it. I get it. But we gotta make it do what it do, man. Let's play some basketball. Let's hoop. All right, next play. Oh, okay. I chose this play because of the play that was being set. So the screens that were being set. So this looks like a play, and it's a double screen, right? So we hit him with the first screen. D-Book is hitting him with the first screen. Bam. Come off that first screen. Come off that second screen. Bam. We didn't get the hold on the screen, right? Cool. Norman Powell on defense, he's still kind of in this play. But now Wemby is still down here. Chet flares, and Devin Booker sets another screen. Now, I do not know if this was a part of the play, right? That Devin Booker was supposed to set that screen. Who cares? Because either way, that's something you can do just hooping. When you see mismatches, right? So, for example, if somebody is not guarding somebody, right? And you can clearly see like, hey, this dude is over here setting a screen, or this dude is a good scorer. Say he's a good 3-point shooter, right? And his man is standing in nowhere land, right? If I go and set a screen on this guy right here, I'm now going to get my shooter open. Let's say Chet right here never set this screen. Let's say he was standing right in between here. So in between here and Devin Booker right here. Let's say he was standing right there. He wasn't setting the screen. You guys, if I go and set this pick right here, right, while Wemby is sitting here ball watching, right, now Chet can flare out this way, and that's a wide open 3 for him. So once he comes off of this screen, he can see Chet's big self over there and do that cross-court pass, right? And that's just basketball IQ. There's nothing to it. You don't have to do nothing extra. It's like, hey, this person isn't paying attention. If I set a back screen, if I set a down screen, y'all see me? All right. Right? We didn't get it, but now let's see what Chet does, right? So he couldn't get the shot off because Siakam switched. Siakam was guarding Devin Booker. He switched here. Wemby is still playing low. A pass back to D-Book would have been nice. But D-Book relocates. I love that. You guys will act like this is nothing, but it matters in basketball because people don't do this no more. All right, I get it. These are basketball professional players. They don't even do this sometimes. All right, he relocates back to the ball. He gets the ball. What's happening right now? This is all a bunch of reads right now. Right here, from here on out, it's a bunch of reads. He's going to close out to the ball. Cool. Where are we going? Okay, he closed out too high. Now where are we going? Right? We got all this middle. We got one coming up, right? But we also got Anthony Edwards wide open. And this is what happens when plays break down. You got to be able to make the right read. Boom. Pass out. He set a screen. What's crazy is that a screen? Hold on. Sorry, I got to look at that. Yes, because he's calling for it. He's calling for it right now. You guys, this dude right here. He has his hand up right now because he sees Anthony Edwards over here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And I didn't see this when I first got the video, right? You set a screen easily because the people that are going to have to guard him over here, right, are not paying attention. They're ball watching or they're overly helping. This person, which is Jamal Murray, is guarding Anthony Edwards, okay? He's all the way in help. He's all the way over there. A lot of times for the NBA players, they try not to get too far in the middle. And I know like in high school and college, we're taught, help. You should be here, right? But he's setting this screen. He's holding off Cat, right? Because Cat is the closest person to Anthony Edwards right now. Now, once D-Book gets that lane, right? Anthony Edwards is wide open. Jamal Murray should not be right here. That's crazy that he's way over here. Okay? I don't know. And then we get this pass. Simple basketball. That's simple basketball. Like, why we don't be playing simple basketball? This don't have nothing to do with them being NBA players or nothing, right? And then quick size up. Let's look at this size up, right? So what do we call this right here? You guys, what's the read on this right now? The show is called The Advantage. AE has the advantage. Why? Because Cat is a longer, taller defender. He's not really good at guarding guards. Not only that, but AE can drive right past him, right? So anytime Anthony starts doing this little jab step right here, ooh, he gonna back up a little bit too much. He a little bit too jumpy. He a little bit too scared, right? See, look at that, right? So now once he starts taking off, because he can easily blow by him, right? You're going to be on your toes a little bit more. He gets into that body. The IQ happens before the highlight. Why did he get into the body here? Was it because the defense was pushing up on him here? Right? No, because you can see Anthony take that step into him right here. Watch his shoulder go right there, right? He starts going into the body because he's not paying attention to him. He's paying attention to him. He's the one that's going to meet him at the basket. Why am I worried about him if I can blow by him? He's going to meet me at the basket. So I need to get him somewhere, which is on my hip or on my back, to where I no longer have to worry about him. And the only way I can really do that and close that space is to get into the body. Not only that, but if I close this space, I now have more space to drive right up in here. Right? Without him being a factor. All right? Let's look at it. But also, you can also get into the body, get him off balance a little bit, make him shift his weight back this way, right? So that I can go do a step back or do a fadeaway or something that way. Slight work. Oh, there it go. And I didn't know he was going to do that. I'm not even going to lie. But it's just an obvious read. I don't like that play. This is another bad play. I don't like that play. You guys, we come off a screen. This is I think it's called pinwheel screen. I don't really know the terms, you guys. I got to get better with that. Whatever. Wemby Go sets the screen for Siakam to come off, right? Wemby sets another screen for Ball, which just creates movement for the defense. Make them think, make them have to move, create mismatches. And he stayed down too to make sure that he doesn't have a wide open basket. But if they talk back here, he could have stayed up here with Wemby a little bit more. He shouldn't have been this deep in there. He got all the way to the basket. The whole point of me saying this was Jamal Murray got all the way to the basket and then threw it out to the three-point line, and you're right at the basket. Like, I don't like that. I don't care who you are. I don't like the play. That's them. Now we got the old heads versus the young bulls. And this is the play that I want to show starting out. All right. I love how they're playing defense. And right there you see KD in deny, heavy deny. You're not getting the ball, D-Book. But, again, the screens get people open. Movement off the ball gets people all open. Okay, so I'm not sure if Anthony Edwards was supposed to be in this play right here, but he's going to cut through. Right? Cool. You have a screen for D-Book to come and get the ball. Right? Which they're switching everything, so they switched, and now Jalen Brunson is guarding this big dude right here. KD will guard D-Book. All right, so they got to switch. So D-Book is no longer open because we got that heavy deny. He kept going out, so maybe he can get the ball, but he's also pointing to, he's setting another screen because now Anthony Edwards is coming through and LeBron stayed down. And because they're switching everything, Anthony Edwards will come off of that screen, right? Okay, maybe this play is for Anthony Edwards to get the ball over here, right? And because they're switching everything, Brunson is late. And LeBron has to close out. What do we do on closeouts, guys? Oh, yeah, that's what we do on closeouts. Bang out. Attack the closeout. That's the easiest read you get in basketball. And I want to look at this transition play because this is just running your lanes. For a lot of my hoopers, just playing in regular basketball. You guys, a lot of us got taught run your lanes in high school basketball, middle school basketball. If you haven't, running your lanes just means some people never played basketball before in school. So I'm gonna tell you, these outside lanes. So you see where Brunson is, and you see where LeBron is. That LeBron? That's Durant. Kevin Durant is outside. Usually you have volleyball lines on the court. Outside of those volleyball lines, those are your lanes in the middle of the floor, right? So when you run your lanes, look at how spaced the floor is. And this is just hooping and pickup basketball. We are running your lanes. When the floor is spaced, you have better decisions to make, right? Which allows for somebody to cut right through here and get that. But you also have this guy, right? That's Brown cutting through here. When he cuts through here, you have to, that's making him make a decision because he's guarding KD right here. You have this guy. These two are sitting here talking about stopping ball. D-Book is pointing to him, say, hey, stop Kawhi, right? You guys see all that? And then now, who's stopping Jaylen Brown? Cool. Spacing. Basketball is all about spacing, guys. And I hate it. When we're hooping, I hate it. I really do hate it when we're hooping and there's not good space. It's like the worst thing in the world because it's like, bro, that's all basketball is space. Like, why are you standing right next to me? Again, pitch the ball up. What we hanging on to it for? Right? Get the ball out. Let's go. I want you guys to look at this right here. How he got into the body of Jaylen Brown right here. Okay? He got into that body. Boop, boop. And he got that bump so that Jaylen Brown wouldn't meet him at the rim. All right? The stuff that happens before the highlight happens is what matters. This just prevents him from jumping. Right? That's all that is. And then here again, Jaylen Brown off the slip of the screen. So how do you guys know you can slip a screen? This is all I want to show you real quick. Let's do this real fast. So we go set the screen, right? Where is the person that was guarding Jaylen Brown? He's on the outside of the screen. He's over here, right? So who's going to guard me if I go back this way? And it's just being aware of your surroundings. This is IQ as well. Being aware of your surroundings, knowing what's happening, right? He quickly got off of that screen because this guy's over here. Give me that ball. Like, what are we doing? That's one of the easiest plays you can make. And it's a highlight play. It's not that hard. Uh-oh, ISO game. One more time. Okay, so here, size up. Real quick, let's do it. Size up, right? What is he looking at? You see his eyes go up. What is he looking at? Bro, I can get by you. I can get by you. Like, hoopers know if you're able to get by somebody, right? I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about that right there. Also, Anthony Edwards is kind of, looking at it, right? So I'm looking at you too, but I'm mostly worried about that. He's closest to the basket, right? So that kind of limits my options on if you're going to help or not, as far as me getting all the way to the basket. Okay, so I'm paying attention to that. Once I start going, he has his foot out of the lane. He's not in the lane. So these are athletic, explosive players. He can probably make it to the rim without worrying about you. Okay? So we're in ISO land. Right? And I get into the body. This is good defense, but because he's so much into that body, that shoulder is in there. Watch what happens. Quick stop, pop. Why? It's easier to create space. It's easier to create space once you can see the basket, number one. It's easier to create space once you get into that body, number two. And number three, as long as you have a strong base, like strong, like they're not pushing you, they can't knock you too much off of your base, okay? Your legs, once you hit this dribble and this popping of the feet, right? And you can get out of that. You just spring right out of that. That's all you need, because now I got my shot, because I'm going to create space going into your body. And another ISO play from Anthony Edwards. Ooh, with the hezzy. Ooh. And I just wanted to show this because it's the get back of basketball, man. You got to go at people. You got to go at them. And then right on the next play, just playing like, no, that's not working. Right? Meet me at the 3-point line. Come on. That's just good basketball. That's hooping. That right there with Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards play like that all the time. He's just hooping. You can see it on his face. He's having fun and doing his thing. And to end out the game, I love that they did it with this is just straight up lovely basketball. Movement of the ball that won the game. Movement of the ball. Nobody held on to it for too long. We got it in a paint touch. A little bit of miscommunication coming off of that pick and roll. We get the ball out, pass it back, Chet not over there, and then Donovan Mitchell could have just stayed right here. You guys see all this space right here? All this space right up in here that nobody is paying attention to, that I really wish a lot more players, I don't care. Cut through that space. Use this space. All right? He cut through there, and that's how they got their paint touches without even doing anything extra. Without doing all that dribble. James Harden, Kyrie, mix them up. I get it. But this is just simple basketball. Created an advantage, because now y'all got to stop me because nobody was paying attention to me coming through here. And now you got a wide open shot. Yeah. Shout out to Steph, man. Steph would have killed this. Like, Steph would have made this All-Star game a lot better because he likes competition. I know everybody blames Steph for how the All-Star game is today, but let's be for real. No. And here goes another one. Just straight up mismatch. Attack the mismatch. Like, what we doing? That's basketball. Attack the mismatch. That's our advantage. Right? Another one. Attack the mismatch. What is Cat doing guarding Kawhi? That's too easy. Attack the mismatch. That's hooping. That's basketball. Another one. Everybody's a mismatch for Wemby. What are we talking about? Everybody is a mismatch for Wemby. Even Kevin Durant. Right? But I love this on the next play. It's a get back play. This is hooping is when you go back to back. Okay, you scored on me, so now I'm going to score on you. Or I'm going to make sure that my team, I'm a part of the play to make sure that my team scores on you. That's competitiveness. This is what we want to see out of everybody. Kawhi was putting on the show for real. Because he was like, how dare you not put me in the All-Star game? I want to show you guys the same thing of how to use your momentum. So how did we create that highlight play? If you look at this, right? Here. Kawhi floats the ball a lot, right? And he does this really well where he switches up his feet. Matter of fact, let me show you guys this play real fast. The switching of the feet. He dribbles down, and that right there, dribble, walking, float up, bring that knee up, float up, and then hop on that back foot like a skip, and then he quickly switches his feet. There. All right, I want to show y'all that because even I do this, and I'm going to tell you it works majority of the time because you go from relaxed and you go to fast, and all you did was kick your feet out, kind of like, what's a good example of it? Like it's just a scissor kick. Like you just kick your feet out, and because you're doing it so fast, you're going from relaxed and going to fast. They don't know what you're about to do. They don't know if you're gonna go. They don't know what you're about to do, right? So it makes them do this every single time. I promise you, it works every single time. And I'm just talking like a regular hooper. I don't care. Like I've done it against dudes that play overseas. I'm telling you, it works every single time. Go back and watch him do this play, right? He does a lift. He floats that ball again, right? And all he's doing is getting the defense to play at his pace, right? You got to flow with me, right? And again, he's going to go from high to low, his body, and he's going to get those feet out. But the only thing is he didn't kick his feet out the same way, but you can see the speed change even in slow motion. Because it matters. It's all about the speed change. Boom. You see how quickly it went from up to boom, straight into it. Now I got you where I want you, right? On my hip. And I want you guys to, right here, look at how much he's reaching. And I think I might stop it on this play, okay? Because this is the one thing, like these are the type of reads I love, especially playing basketball, is the overcommitting to the ball. The defense is overcommitting. You're doing too much, okay? Reach. Not only did he reach, he went from right there to the front of him, right there, all the way and shifted there to the side of him. Right there. Now, Kawhi didn't even do nothing for you to be doing all that. Now you just gave me my lane. Now, here, he's bodying him off of his line, right? But Kawhi has the control of this play. He's in control of the play because you did too much. Boop, stop on a dime, create space in that, get into the body, then create space, and then pull up. And it's that simple. What's crazy is basketball really is that simple. And once you start paying attention to some things, you're never going to look at it the same. You are going to start looking at it like it's too easy. The only thing that changes as you level up and you go like from hooping at the park or hooping, in AAU or wherever you hoop at, right? And you go hoop in college, or you go hoop in the pros, or you go hoop in the NBA, WNBA, whatever it is the timing of how you do it, of how you go about it, of how you make your reads, the timing of when to do or how to do, right? That stuff matters even more. The efficiency at which you make your shots, at which you play defense, at which you make passes, right? That stuff matters more as you level up. But the reads are still the same. Basketball doesn't change just because it's NBA players, right? They're just able to do more because they're probably more athletic. They probably have more skill, right? They can do more, but like certain reads, it's all the same. And if you start paying attention, I promise you, it gets real easy. Hey, if you guys learned something and you enjoyed the video, press the like button. Don't be scared. It's right there. Just Press it, because it does help me out. It helps my video get out there, right? It helps with engagement, so then the algorithm pushes me further, right? And also, if you want to see more of this, press the subscribe button, because I'll be here doing this. And turn your notifications on, because I will be back with more. Peace.